mankind has progressed, the civilizations housing our species have progressed as well. According to a timeline presented by Essential Humanities, it all began in the agrarian society of Mesopotamia that held the first recorded signs of sophisticated human civilization. From there to the early southern and eastern Asian civilizations, to the European conquerors, to sub-Saharan colonies. After the Europeans colonized America and the world went through the Industrial Revolution, those advances eventually brought us into the modern day.
These modern times have provided us with bustling metropolises, big data sharing, and a world more connected than ever. So with all of these modern technologies and solutions, how can we as humans advance even further to catalyze completely efficient society? That is the idea behind smart cities.
A smart city is a metropolis that has infrastructure that is all completely connected and made efficient through data. In essence, data is collected on everyday functions such as energy use, waste, traffic, pollution, crime, and so much more. This data is then used to streamline all of these facets of a city. For this particular video, we will be focusing on the solutions revolving around traffic and transportation in general. From pedestrians to personal cars to autonomous vehicles to public transportation, there are a multitude of methods to streamline our modern transportation systems.
There are several parts that go into making transportation smart within a city. One aspect is pedestrian traffic. There are plenty of motor vehicles, but there are also plenty of patrons who choose to walk to and from their destination. According to an article in Architecture, New York City should redesign Times Square in 2014 and actually structured the design around making more room for pedestrians. The city increased the amount of size of the crosswalks, which in turn decreased the roadway access. The idea behind this design was to deter people and motor vehicles from even using Times Square as a route to go to their destination, and on the other hand, encourage people to act as pedestrians in the area and therefore safer crosswalks. Although a simple solution, it has proved effective as pedestrian injuries have dropped by almost 40% and overall congestion in the area has decreased as well.
Another aspect is autonomous cars. Although this technology has not been perfected yet, companies like Tesla and Google have developed several prototypes that leaves the future of autonomous cars seemingly very realistic. As author David Hutch references in his article titled Smart Cities, if all cars were autonomous, in theory, you could have all 4 lanes of a highway filled up, with each bumper 2 feet apart, all traveling at exactly 75 miles an hour. When people are constantly switching lanes, speeding up and slowing down, it causes accidents, and it's when congestion is created. This idea behind autonomous cars is that it takes away all human error, which is what causes traffic. This would include public transportation as well as buses.
Hutch also refers to the fact that before autonomous cars are perfected, vehicles operated by humans can be modified to become smarter as well. Traffic sensors can be put in place in order to send real-time data to a team or organization that is in charge of traffic streamlining. From here, a digital map of the city's roads can be created, and traffic lights can be changed in real time in order to create the fastest routes possible. Congestion and wait times will then be reduced as a result of this data analyzation and application.
When a road becomes congested, it costs money, time, and in some cases, people's health. Being stuck in traffic is no fun because it is taking time out of your day and is costing you money. According to several authors from an IEE communication survey, traffic congestion costs about 200 billion euros in Europe and around $100 billion in the US. When everyone in traffic is accounted for, there's a lot of time and money lost in the world. With this technology, traffic will be reduced, allowing people to have more time to themselves and the community to increase its revenue. This technology can also be used for pedestrian traffic and many other modes of transport. The city will be able to use complicated algorithms to adjust for traffic as needed, and regular people will either experience the reduction in traffic or be able to find the information online and see which paths will be the easiest and fastest to travel. The city will also find patterns in itself which it can then prepare for. One of the most important uses of this technology is for the emergency response services. When they get a call, they can use this to find the quickest route to their destination. In short, cities will use this to reduce traffic congestion, resulting in more revenue, more time in people's lives, and better response times by emergency services.
One of the most common problems with data being collected is that people do not like the thought of being watched all the time, and the possibility of any personal information being released. Today, almost all phones and cars come with some form of GPS, and this can be used to retrieve data about location. Some might feel that this is an invasion of privacy. However, it is a quick and easy way of gathering data. A city has no reason to release anyone's information. Civic hackers feel that information should be open to the public if they are working to better the city and should not want anyone's personal info. According to an IEE Communications magazine, an anonymizing proxy will be used to store data and keep identity safe. Hackers with malicious intent are one of the only things to worry about, especially if /1 this makes its way to social media. Not only could they go after someone's personal info, they could try to disrupt the data that is being recorded to cause trouble for the city and its people. For the most part, the citizens of smart cities do not have to worry about losing any of their information. There's a small chance that the city could be hacked and lose one's data, but this chance should be very small as the city should be protecting everyone's data.
Another concern is that a natural event like a hurricane or power outage may damage or stop the income of data. This means that a city will have to repair in case of such an emergency. During these times, however, it is likely there will be a great reduction of people on the road. The main concerns are the loss of one's personal info, possible damage to the technology from natural events, and hackers disrupting the income of data.
Smart cities started in the late 60s and the early 70s when the Communication Analysis Bureau used different technologically advanced methods for the time period, like aerial photography and computers, to get information on housing quality. They later used this information to help improve the city by increasing infrastructure spending in areas it needed the most. The technologies they used have now advanced to maximize the potential of the entire city rather than just the building projects.
Pertaining to transport, I can see the digital mapping of public transport routes to maximize utility while saving the most gas possible. Once self-driving cars/buses become more popular and commonplace, these routes can be sent directly to a computer embedded in the automobile and make the transport process even more efficient. For smart cities as a whole, energy waste management would be the main concern, and the act of fixing aspects of society that cause the waste. This would free up more energy to be used in more productive ways or to possibly sell to all other cities.
The transition from our current metropolises to smart cities will only benefit humanity in the long run. From the reduction of waste, energy usage, traffic, and so much more, our civilizations can only progress by becoming more connected. We live in the age of big data, and it's time to start utilizing that on a larger scale.
Thank you all for watching.